Okay, let me show you how to use Excel to take repetitive calculations that even with a calculator could be very time consuming and do them quite quickly. So I'm taking this from one of your assignments that you have for this unit, and I'm going to start off here with 300 miles, and then, oh, and by the way, I pushed tab and that took me to the next box, and then 600 miles. Now, I'm going to select both of these, and there's a pattern here. And Excel is going to recognize the pattern, and as I drag this across, guess what? It's going to continue the pattern for me. So I didn't have to type all of those in individually. Now, monthly payment. It so happens that I've already calculated the monthly payment at 208.33. Oh, and this was dollars, right? Let me go ahead and format this in dollars. So I just clicked, here, let me back up so you can see this. I right-clicked on it. I went down to Format Cells. And now I'm in number here, and I'm going to click on currency, which is money. It's got 2 decimal places, which means it'll show the cents. And I'm going to leave it where it's at so it just shows negatives as negatives and doesn't change the color or any of the other fancy stuff. Now, I want all of these to have that value, so I can just drag it across, and I've filled it in. Now, I need to calculate the gas cost, and they give me this formula here for gas cost. So, watch this. I'm going to click up here on f of x. It puts in this equal sign, and actually let me back up. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to push equals, and then there are 3 parentheses in a row here. These parentheses are going to be important. So I'm going to open 3 parentheses here. Now 60%, I need to be able to have that in decimal form, so I'm going to put 0.60 times. Now this is sort of tricky. Your number pad, when you're on the computer, you're going to use the asterisk for times, and you can find this either in the number pad or the keys across the top, but you're going to use the asterisk for multiplication. Okay, and then it says times 300 miles. Well, that's times the number of miles, because that's going to change each time. So I'm going to click on this cell right here, and guess what? It put that cell in. And then we're going to close one of these parentheses, because that's what my formula down below is showing me. And then it says divided by, and divided by, I'm going to use the fraction bar, the slash mark. So divided by, and then this is the city miles per gallon. So in this case, the city miles per gallon was 18. I'm going to put that in. And then I'm going to close another parenthesis, put in addition, and I'm going to open 2 parentheses. Now they want 40%, so I'm going to use 0.4 or 0.40, either way, whichever one works for you, times. And again, this is the number of miles, so I'm going to click on the number of miles up at the top again. And what will happen is, as I drag this across, it will refer to the number of miles that's above it. So now I've put that in. I'm going to close a parenthesis, and then I need to divide by the miles per gallon. So divided by, and my highway miles per gallon is 27. And then I've got to close 2 parentheses here, and then times the price of fuel, which is $4.20, $4.20. And that's going to give me my gas costs. Now, don't click on another cell. Hit enter. If you click on another cell, it'll try to make that part of the formula. Oh, and this needs to be in dollars, So let's format cells again. Go to currency again. Again, I want 2 decimal places, so that gives me dollars and cents. And there we go. Now, here comes the sweet part. As I drag it across, it's going to fill this in, each time changing the cell above that I put in to the cell above the box that it's over. So I've now completed all of those calculations. Now I need the cost per month, and the cost per month is just adding together the monthly payment plus the gas cost. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to drag down, and let's see if I'm doing this right, and I'm going to auto sum, which is this symbol right here. It's the summation symbol. And if I want to check what it did, notice it shows J5 through J, oh, no, sorry, that's not that one. So here's how I can check what I did. I click on this box and I look up here, and it shows the sum of B3 and B4. Well, B3 and B4, that's what I wanted to sum. Now, again, I'm going to click down in the corner where you can see this little box in the corner of the border, and I'm going to drag that across, and again, it'll fill it in, and it'll sum each of these columns for me. I've now done all of those calculations with just a little bit of work, a lot less work than it would have taken me to use a calculator.